give me a tissue. We started our class yesterday. Basically Chassidus, Parshat Va'Yishlach. Some Amora Chassidus, we start talking about it. And Parshas told us over here, but over here in Torah Ohr, he starts talking about it. He talks about it over here in Parshat Va'Yishlach. The idea of Ya'akov being from the world of Tikkun and Esav from the world of Tohu. And the pasuk says, "Vayishlach Ya'akov malachim lafonov." Ya'akov sent angels lafonov in front of him, which basically hints to the basic idea that Esav, the world of Tohu, is higher than Ya'akov. The problem, though, with Tohu is that it broke in the Shvira. It broke in the breaking of the vessels. And that's why Esav down here was a Rasha. But really, in its source, Esav is much higher. And Yaakov's desire was to merge with Esav. But then when he realizes that Esav is still a Rasha, that's when he decides that I have to take care of my own. I have to do the ultimate tikkun of the merger of Tohu and Tikkun together. My ultimate fulfillment of the goal of the task. Yaakov understands that he has to do it within himself. So this leads us to a whole conversation of understanding the whole idea of the breaking of the vessels. And in order to understand the idea of the breaking of the vessels, we learned over here the piece in the Mimer, and we said that we need to understand a few things. First of all, the idea of worlds. Then we have to understand what does it mean that in the world of Tohu there are big lights and small vessels. What does it mean when there's big lights and small vessels? The lights can be contained in the vessels and they become makif. They're hovering over the vessels. What does it mean that the vessels break? And what does it mean that in the world of Atzilus there are small lights and big vessels? And what does it mean that our task is to bring the lights, the shards, the sparks of Tohu and bring them to the world of Tikkun, and that is ultimately going to be the redemption, that when we're going to have Yaakov and Esav merge. What does that mean in general in the world, and what does it mean in Avodah, in our personal lives, to try to find within us our Yaakov and Esav and the merger of the two? That's where we're up to. So we said we need to understand what it means. Big, small, lights, vessels, breaking. What does it mean that it still is a makif?
And the words.
And what does it mean to merge the two? What does it mean? Yeah, it breaks. The vessels break. They can't. What's going on? So let's start trying to understand the idea of light and vessels.
Amen.
What does light mean and what does a vessel mean? So light, everybody I think understands that light is not light. Kabbalah uses the word light, but the idea of light is energy. That's the idea of light. I have a power, I have an energy, I have the ability to do something. That is light. Vessel, on the other hand, is the expression of that light. So let's say I have anger, that's the energy. Then I give you a punch. Sorry for the violence in the morning. Yeah, I give you a punch. That's a vessel. In other words, a vessel means that it has the ability, not the ability, a vessel is the expression of that light. Now, what does it mean, big lights and small vessels? And let's step back one step deeper. Why did God do it? Is it like a mess up in creation? This is Kabbalah 101, by the way. Those of you that have pull for Kabbalah, this is Kabbalah 101. This is the blueprint of the world. This is going to explain to you so many things of how the world works, simply because this is how the world was created. Oh, oh, good morning, good morning. Come, sit, make yourself comfortable. Oh, your aunt brought you again?
Yeah.
What? That's amazing. But now you feel better?
Oh, a lot
Jet
better.
lag?
Yeah, I slept the whole night. Went
Oh.
bowling yesterday and drank
Oh,
a little
very
bit of liquor.
nice.
I slept through the entire night.
Your aunt is a very nice lady.
She's a very sweet woman. My whole family.
Very sweet, very sweet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say your whole family. I didn't mean
Well,
your
I
family.
mean, they're all righteous. Isn't that what it says? The entire
Yeah.
Jewish people.
Yeah, I sent you a message. You saw? I sent you a message this morning.
I don't think you have. I don't think so. I didn't say anything. No, I didn't get anything. I don't think you text the right number.
What do you mean? I sent you a Ethan sent it. Okay, we'll look it up after.
Yeah, maybe.
But great. But now you're well rested.
Yeah.
And today, Rabbi Chazan is back from Montenegro, and you're going to have. Whoa, are you going to learn a lot?
Good.
Very good, very good.
Just got it.
How come? Because you don't have Wi-Fi, Masrali.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you didn't get a SIM?
I do. I don't know why it's not working.
Okay, so let's just put on something because we're talking like the deepest holy Kabbalah. Yeah, you have something? Oh, great. No, great.
I know, it's okay.
Yeah, we don't want
I
to.
know
We'll
we
find
are.
something.
I can get you one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this you feel more comfortable. Shouldn't be hot. Wow, she even packed you food.
Yeah. She's been feeding me nonstop. I'm gonna leave Israel 10 pounds heavier.
10 pounds,
Yeah.
10 kilos. In Israel, we go by kilos.
Yeah. Isn't that like 20 pounds? Isn't it like double?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's double.
God forbid.
Great, great. You wanna drink something? You want a coffee or tea?
I'm good for it.
We also have good Danishes.
Think?
Let's get him a Danish.
No, I don't want to. I really, I'm okay.
Okay. So, so really now the idea of Toyo and Tikkun, we just said we're doing like Kabbalah 101 with so a lot of people look at it and they say, oh, God, it's like a slip up. It's a mess up in creation. God created the world of Toyo. The lights were too big and the vessels were too small, and that's what happened was it exploded, and that's when God had to create the world of Tikkun. It almost looks like, oh, God did a mistake in the construction of the world. But the truth is, it's not like that. The truth is, in order to understand this idea of Toyo and Tikkun, we need to understand the power of Tohu, ultimately because we want to understand why Tohu is higher than Tikkun, and we want to understand why Esav has a higher source. But we also want to understand the advantage of Tohu, because ultimately that's what Ya'akov wants. Ya'akov says, I need some Tohu. I want to merge with Tohu. But let's understand the advantage of Tohu and the problem of Tohu. So we just explained before Ethan walked in, we explained that big light means a lot of energy. Vessels is a form of expression, but very little. The expression is very small. Let me try to explain this. And let me try to also explain the advantage of it. Let's talk about advertising. Yeah, anyone over here with a background in marketing, advertising? Oh, we have a marketer, advertising. David helps me out with all the social media of the yeshiva.
Nice.
I made a short this Friday. He said, "Nah, it's not good. Good, we're going to have to do it again." We'll have to stop thinking about ideas on Friday. Yeah, it's too late before Shabbos. The only thing Friday, I'm not so engrossed in work, so I become more creative. But we could start talking about ideas in the beginning of the week, and then for Shabbos we'll have a short and put it out. Let's talk about marketing. One of the things in marketing is coming up with slogans. Who could think about a good slogan of a company that we know?
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. What company?
McDonald's. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. So McDonald's we don't really connect to so much because they're not so kosher. Even
And
though
Nike,
there's some kosher.
just do it, Nike.
Nike, just do it. Now let's do a crazy experiment, guys. I want to go around the table and ask everyone over here, what is the meaning of just do it? And watch a fascinating phenomena. Lev, what does it mean just do it?
Pure kinetic energy. Just go for it. Like it's like supposed to be like for
So
like
how's it connected
sports
to energy? What?
Like sports energy, like running or doing sports, or just going off in the.
So what does it
kinetic
mean
energy.
just do it?
To not hold back, just to.
Okay, you see, you're right away going to the abstract because you think in abstract terms. Because you're a deep thinker. But explain in the simple world, what does it mean just do it? What is Nike telling me? Just do it. Do what?
Strive for something.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Okay, so you say just do it is. So how's it connected to Nike? Why is Nike telling you just do it?
Because I think.
What is it trying to do to you in your brain?
It's almost trying to encourage you. It's.
Encourage you to what?
Right. I mean, I seem more abstract, so that's why it's.
So you don't even have the question. But
Yeah.
for a person like me, that I'm a very simple person, Lev is more of a abstract thinker. Or me, like, what's the connection? Just do what? So it says just. I botched it up by asking you to first, yeah, because you're like giving the light explanation, but I wanna. In other words, let me try to make sure. Tell me if I understand what you're saying. In other words, what Lev is saying, that in people's brains, exercise is connected with a certain. People have a certain inhibition of being lazy or something. So in people's brains, just do it. Connects, associates with the ability of overcoming inhibitions.
Right.
So therefore, Nike represents just do it. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that that's the meaning of just do it when Nike says just do it?
Nike wanted to become a part of your life,
Okay.
meaning that it's not about only exercise. It's about everything you do in your daily life. When you wake up in the morning, you could use our shoes and just wake up and do it.
What do you mean? When I sleep without shoes.
No, yeah, exactly. You don't. It's not only shoes, it's clothing, it's everything to be comfortable in your daily life and all the things you're supposed to tackle in your life. Through our stuff and accessories, our clothing,
So
our
by
shoes,
wearing our shoes,
you can be
will-
able to do it.
So if I want to open a company, a computer company.
They will tell you can be doing it with their
So-
clothing because you will be
so
comfortable
because if I-
doing it.
Oh, so according to this interpretation, the idea of just do it is if you're going to wear Nike shoes, you will be more motivated. Nike shoes, you're going to be more motivated to.
Do it.
You're going to be more motivated to open up your company of computers. No connection whatsoever. But if you wear Nike shoes, you are going to
be comfortable
be comfortable
doing it.
opening a company of computers. Ezra, what do you think? What does just do it mean?
Just do it. Like the word you said, just remove your inhibitions. Just go.
And
Just.
how's it connected to the shoes?
Okay, the shoes.
David is saying that just because if you're comfortable, you're going to be able to overcome your inhibitions. Lev says, from Lev I understood more, is that it's like connected to exercise, because if you're going to have comfortable shoes, you go to want to go on a run or any energetic kinesthetic. Yeah, that's the word Lev used, the kinesthetics. Yeah. What do you say?
Shoes. I don't know much. I don't. I think it's more just like I don't know. I think it's more just part of like being something. I think people like people who don't run, they are working on their job. They're still wearing Nike shoes. I think it's just something to be proud of. It like I don't know.
So
It's
what does just do it mean?
What does just do it mean? It means just buy it.
Oh, you have no idea how many students over the years told me that just do it is basically telling you, you see this shoe, we're ripping you off. Just buy it. You can get the same shoe, a knockoff from China, for a third the price, a quarter of the price. Just buy it. Okay, we already have 3 interpretations. Eitan, what's your interpretation? When you see just do it, what do you think?
Nike is a sporting company, so I think just do it involves like just facing challenges, and it's supposed to be like a motivator, like again the
A
inhibition
motivator.
thing.
So what you're saying is the closest to what Love's saying.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a motivator to what? To exercise.
Just not just exercise. I mean, if you look at, I'm like thinking Nike ads. You
I was
see
about to
people
say, yeah.
facing like
Exactly.
adversity and challenges and like, you know.
So how's it
forward-
connected
it's like
to
a
the
forward-
shoe?
It's like pushing you like with a forward.
So what's it
momentum.
connected? How's it connected to the shoe?
It's a sporting company that's saying just do it, and then they're giving you gear to go out and do it. And that's how it applies.
Yeah, the ads are always somone's like mid-run, sweating with
Exactly.
like a water. It's like
It's very
Overcoming.
forward momentum based.
Exactly. Forward momentum based. Now, I want to ask you a question. We had so many brilliant explanations over here. Why does Nike put it into 3 words and 1 period instead of having a whole long explanation? It says Nike, you know, in life you have inhibitions and this. Even when they show you a video, they're going to try to keep it as short as 15 seconds, 17 seconds. Why few words? Why don't they try to explain, give you a whole long explanation of a few pages and explain why just do it is a good thing? And by the way, few words means big vessels or small vessels?
Big.
small vessels.
Small. What are words? The vessels, the form of expressing an idea. So when Obama says, yes, we can, what is yes, we can? We could spend like the whole day now using every slogan, and you'll see, yes, we can means for Lev. What does yes, we can mean?
We'll be on top. Like we'll get ahead.
Can mean whatever.
It could mean what exactly? It could mean whatever. Now, what's bothering me is what I'm trying to explain over here is if it could mean whatever, so why do marketing companies try to keep so vague?
Because they want you to connect with it.
Exactly. Not you to connect to it,
But to find your own.
to say the precise words. It's in order to suck you in. The fact that we now have this conversation and this is basically what David meant when he said you to connect to it, is because it sucks you in and you already put your own interpretation into it. If the company would come up with a whole long explanation and explain to you why you should get out of bed and run, or why you should overcome your inhibitions, what are you going to do? No, the company doesn't really understand my life. If they would know how much I was abused by my mother, they wouldn't tell me to get out of bed. They would tell me, oh, I have every right in the world to continue being depressed. When I give you very few vessels, what is powerful? And anyone knows an advertisement? The less words, the better. Why the less words, the better? Because when there's less words, there's more light. There's more light. Now, what is the major difference between light and vessels? And this is something that I want you to understand. And if you understand this, you are understanding one of the major concepts in Chassidus. The difference between light and vessels is that light sucks you into it. Vessels is a form of permeating you. So, tissue. Sorry. Listen to this. Sorry. The weather. Eitan, you should know it was summer till you came.
It's actually going to be warm next week again.
Yeah.
Or this week, it'll be 20 degrees.
It's going to be warm next week.
Yeah, or this week, of course.
Guys, again, I want you to understand something. There's two ways of convincing a person. This is what I'm telling you now is like the basics of the depth of understanding Chassidus. There's one way of influencing a person by sucking them into you. There's another way of convincing a person by permeating them. Usually you need both. You can't permeate someone without you not creating a platform. That's another topic that we're not going to do now. But in general, the idea, when I give you a lot of words, what am I doing? I'm trying to explain something to you in your brain. It's so much easier for you to argue with me. It's very hard to argue with yes, we can. Could you argue with yes, we can? I didn't tell you anything, but I gave you an energy. And when I give you an energy, I blew you away. You know the famous folklore story about the sun and the wind having a big argument. Who's stronger? The sun or the wind?
The wind.
So the wind came and said, I'm much stronger. So the sun smiles at him and says, okay, let's go, let's do a competition. You see that guy walking down the street, he's wearing a coat. Let me see if you're strong enough to get the person's coat off. The wind says, no problem, I'm up for the challenge. He starts blowing. What happens to the person? The person takes his coat and goes like this. Then he starts blowing stronger, goes like this. The whole person is almost blowing. He closes his buttons. He then closes his belt on the coat. And now the person is with closed buttons, with a closed belt, with closed hands like this, and the wind is blowing. Can't take off the coat.
And the sun, you just
Now the sun, exactly. Now the sun is taking over. The sun says, no problem. It comes out, starts to caress the person with rays of warmth. And another caress, another caress, another caress, another caress. Slowly the person opens up his hands. Then it becomes a bit warmer. He opens up his belt. Then he opens up his buttons. And then finally the person just takes it off. What's the depth of the story? When you try to convince someone, what is trying to convince me? I'm going down and arguing with you in your place. You dragged me down to your place and you start telling me, Rabbi, I can't do this because my mother was nasty to me. And Rabbi, you know why I am this? Because my father was like that. And this and that. And okay. Maybe I'll win you, maybe I'll not. You'll always be able to tell me you don't really understand what I went through. You don't really understand my issues, my problems. Then there is a concept that was called light, not vessels. Vessels means when I'm trying to be very directed towards you, towards your specific needs. Light is something that I'm not even attacking you. I'm not even fighting with you. I'm just... That's, by the way, the reason why Farbrengen. Last night we had a Farbrengen. In the middle of the Farbrengen, I said, oh, shoot, I should have told Eitan about the Farbrengen. But then, again, you would have been tired again. We went to sleep very late over here because the Farbrengen finished very late.
It was my cousin's birthday when I showed up.
They made a birthday?
Yeah.
Where?
It was at the bowling alley. Yeah, well.
At the bowling alley? Where in Talpiot? It's in a big building that has a bank over there. It has Home Depot on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the bowling alley in Talpiot.
Know every part. of Jerusalem. The deer, the gazelles, the gazelle park.
Actually, it wasn't Givat Mordechai. I asked his aunt.
Yeah.
She's a very nice lady. He's on the other side of the gazelle park,
Yeah.
Ramat Sharet. It's actually overlooking Malcha. Beautiful. Take a walk over there. Across the street, there's a old Arab village called Malcha.
Mhm.
You could still see like ancient houses in beautiful streets.
Really? That's my
Ask your aunt, you
Yeah.
want to go to Malcha,
mouth.
but she's Yemenite, she's going to say Malcha. She was very impressed that our Hebrew teacher over here at lunch is a Yemenite.
That's
Mm.
That's right. So you get to know her. Drora, right?
Drawer. I can't say drawer, I say drawer.
Okay, so one of the things that you have to learn Hebrew in every language, very important to learn the accent. People don't understand it. You don't have to know a lot of dictionary. You don't have to have a lot of vocabulary. But if you know the accent, people understand you. You can have the best vocabulary in the world, but if you speak like in Spanish, like yo hablo español un poquito,
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense. So really, I would suggest work on your accent, which the Pimsleur is really going to help you with that. If you did you download the Pimsleur?
I did. I completely forgot about that one.
No problem. You were so jet lagged yesterday. I felt so bad for you. You were walking around so jet lagged. Especially when you come from California, it's 10 hours difference.
Yeah, it's nighttime right now.
Like I know my wife's family is in California, but work on the accent. Teach yourself how to say drora. Say dro.
Draw.
No. Oh, so the trick is to understand that in Hebrew, the R is not with the tongue. It's only from here. No, don't think about an R. It's a new letter. There's R and then there is ach.
R.
It's almost
No.
but not quite.
R. It's like the French. Very good. Say drora.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
I keep on wanting to say
No. So don't think it's a R. It's not a R. It's a different letter altogether.
Reish.
No, don't say it has no. Don't think about an R. You should know R's and L's in every language are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they that's the mistake of. Yeah, it's it's a different. It's like saying rapido in Spanish. It's so rapido. It's not a R. It's rapido. In Hebrew, actually in Yemenite it's different, but in Hebrew it's r. Like no, not r. R. Don't use your tongue at all. Just say r. Go r. Not r. R. Oh, only the second part. R.
We'll do this later.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Do
right?
Pimsleur.
Yeah.
Do Pimsleur.
Okay.
It'll get this.
Yeah, but not everyone can roll their R's and.
You could.
You could.
Just have to learn it.
Yeah.
People don't invest in learning it. People don't invest in learning it. It's in the beginning is hard, but once you get it, you understand there's a new letter that you never used before, which is ar. It has nothing to do with the R or the ar.
But you're ahead of the curve. You can go ch, right? Yeah, there you go.
So just
People
go
can't do
for
that.
just say tchocha.
Chacha.
De chocha.
De chacha.
Very good. It's much closer.
Okay. Little by little.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not
Little by
easy.
little.
But that's where you okay. So we went off topic. Where were we up to? Oh, so I said that's why I wanted to call you to the Farbrengen, but anyways, he had to go to the bowling alley, so that wouldn't have worked.
The
No, how did I get to it? Oh, well, what's the point of the Farbrengen? What's the point of Farbrengen? The point of Farbrengen is that it's not vessels, it's light. It's nigunim, it's storytelling. Why do you think Chassidim are so into storytelling? Why do you have to tell me a story? Why don't you just explain to me what you want? No, because if I tell you what I want or what I'm trying to convince you, I'm trying to permeate you. Telling you a story, you know who's very good at it? Rabbi Vichnan. Rabbi Vichnan, when he wants to tell you a message, he'll never say it in a direct way. He'll never say it in a way that you could become defensive. I'll share with you a story. Now, what does a story do? A story is exactly this idea. It's less vessels, more light. More light, what does more light do? It sweeps you away. It gets you into, I'm just telling you a story. I'm not talking about how come you don't wake up for Chassidus, you lazy bum. Instead of that, I'm sharing a story about a person that doesn't know, doesn't wakes up early, or a person that doesn't know how to go to sleep on time, and that's why he wakes up late. I'm taking you into an atmosphere, into something higher. And then automatically what happens, you get a part of the message. You are sucked into the message. You understand what I'm trying to say? That is the idea why in marketing or even in the signs over here in yeshiva, I always tell Aryeh Leib, cut down the words by 80%. Why? Why do I want to? In class, I want to talk a lot. Why do I want to talk a lot in class? It's because what you understand, the words that you will get, not necessarily he will get, and not necessarily you. Everybody will understand different words. But when I want to give a certain marketing idea, I want you to think about it. I don't want that many words. I want an image and study, volunteer, learn, volunteer, advocate. That's it. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means whatever you want it to mean. Instead of me arguing with you, you are a part of the idea. So obviously you could call me up and ask me, okay, how many times are we going to have advocacy? What will I be able to do afterwards? Will I be able to answer Palestinians that ask that come up with this idea that there was a Palestinian nation and there was a Palestinian state, or they come and say that Jews never lived in Israel? So it's like all these things that are blatant lies and. That's really when I go into the details. So the power of having a lot of light in small vessels. What does it mean, small vessels? Small vessels means not a lot of dealing with the recipient of the message. The strength of the message without diluting it, without delivering it to specifics. That is the definition in Kabbalah. Big lights, small vessels. Small vessels, yes we can. It would have been even more powerful if you would say, we can. Why? Because the more vessels, you're already going into, your niche is becoming smaller.
Yeah, but it needs a form too. Yes adds the form too.
Exactly. Words are a form. But you want to keep the words to a minimal. Mm-hmm. If, let's say, he would say, yes, we can, and he would start to explain, yes, we can bring another 1 million jobs. Every president says that he can add 1 million jobs. Baloney! What a phony! I never told you that it's talking about jobs. Know what yes, we can means? Yes, we can means whatever you wanted to think, whatever you think it means.
In the same way, though, you're able to shape around those loads. So when you just do it, you can attribute it to multiple sports and multiple situations.
Exactly.
Yes, we can be. Yes, we can add $1 million. Yes, we can.
Exactly.
Defeat
So
poverty.
why don't you add yes, we can and a whole list of things?
Because
you don't want to limit yourself. Exactly. That's the idea. Of big lights and small vessels. Now, what's the danger of that?
misinterpretation.
Exactly. Misinterpretation. What Eitan just called misinterpretation is called in Kabbalah death. The breaking of the vessels. Why is it called death? Why is it called the breaking of the vessels? Because when you misinterpret, what happens? You disconnected the energy from its source. The whole idea, what Obama was trying to say when he said, yes, we can, was in order to convince you to vote for him. But imagine someone going to the poster and says, yes, we can destroy America. We can destroy America. Yes, we can become anti-Semitic. Yes, we can bring in millions of illegal immigrants. What did he just do now? He uses the slogan to misinterpret, to misconstrue. So I want to ask you something. When he's misconstruing the slogan, is he still using the slogan, yes or no?
Yeah.
He is. How's he? So if he's using the slogan, how could you say that the slogan died?
Broke the vessel of the original form.
It disconnected it from its source. But the light is still there in a makif way. This is called in Chassidus, the light is still there in a makif way. It doesn't go through the vessels. It's being misinterpreted. You took the vessels in a wrong way, but the light is still there in the background, motivating the message. Yes, we can destroy America. You took the idea and you misconstrued it, but the idea is still there in a misconstrued fashion. Get what I'm saying? That's called where the light fell. Really the words is the vessels fall with some sparks of the light. And the light is still there in a hovering manner. What does it mean a hovering manner? It's still the motivation behind the message. The strength of the message is still here, it's just been misconstrued. That's the idea of the breaking of the vessels. It's only half of the class. Tomorrow we have to explain the other side of it. But this explains why the vessels imploded. Not exploded, but imploded. What does it mean implode? It breaks on the inside. It caves in. When you have a very strong message, when you have a very extreme message, it is very likely that it's going to become destroyed. And it's something very interesting. I want to talk about it tomorrow. That's the danger of being extremist. The danger of being extremist, you have to know what is extreme, what is not, obviously. But the danger of always extremism is not that you're going to become some kooks. That's also a problem. Yeah, especially in Judaism, we believe that Judaism is a Torah of life. It's meant to bring you closer to your family. It's meant to bring you closer to yourself. It's meant to make you healthier and so on and so forth. The problem with extremism is that usually when people go extreme, they take a message and ultimately the message disconnects from their original source. That's why you'll see extremists, usually what happens after a while, they go against their own religion. Yeah, that's why, like for example, now with Hamas, a lot of people say what they are doing is completely against Islam. Islam would never kill women and children. It's just clearly in Islam that you're not allowed to involve women and children in the war. And who talks about rape and all the other things? How come they're doing it? Aren't they real Islamists? When you go extreme, you lose touch. They're so focused on one thing, killing Jews, destroying Israel, that they go against themselves. That is a very good definition of almost always extremists go against their own beliefs.
Like the Torah Carta.
Exactly, the Torah Carta is a good example. they're so against Zionism because Zionism is not Judah, like in their thing. Zionism doesn't keep Torah, and therefore they want to go against Zionism. So they go against Zionism in a way that they encourage people or justify people for killing Jews. That's definitely against Torah. Zionism, you could still say, Zionism is dealing with a certain political aspect of Judaism, or a certain. But to go and encourage people that after they kill Jews, that's in halacha. It's called Masira. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, so I don't want to say this, but according to halacha, in certain instances, a person that encourages non-Jews to kill Jews, you're allowed to kill them. So I'm not inciting for violence, and I don't think that anyone cares. It's like the whole thing is one stupidity, right? But the idea is still very true. Extremists in every community, even the extremists amongst us. I don't want this to be on YouTube. And God forbid, don't go around killing the Torah Karta saying the rabbi said that you're allowed to kill the Torah Karta. So have a beautiful day, everyone. A second.